Ito yung in charge natin ng HEA Director Napulan. Director ko, Yusek Bravo. Baka masagot nyo na po ito para isang kasagutan lang po. At kung mabigyan nyo po sila ng panibagong pag-asa, ikaw na nga nagsabi na nainganyo sila nung nabayaran. Pero hindi naman po nainganyo na mabayaran dahil utang sa kanila yan eh. Ibig ko sabihin, pinagpawisan, pinaghirapan nila yan. So, due talaga po sa kanila. Baka mabigyan nyo po ng priority. Since you're from DOH at you're from DBM before, mas alam nyo rin po kung paano magawa ng paraan. Kesa unahin yung mga program projects na alam naman natin, hindi makikinabang yung mga mahihirap nating kababayan. Baka pwedeng mabigyan po ito ng pansin. Yusek Bravo, para masagot po natin sila.
Mr. Chair, Senator Tulfo, good afternoon. Tama po kayo. The last time that we put a deadline on the grant of HEA was 103 billion pesos. At that time, we were short of 27 billion. But through your efforts, we were able to release the 27 billion so that we were able to pay the 103 billion. Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, after the deadline that we set, we still got a request of appeals at saka late submissions of HEA. As of now, Mr. Chair, after sa deadline natin sa 103, ang pending na-receive namin ngayon is umabot na ng 8.1 billion pesos. However, during sa February 7 meeting with the economic managers meeting with DOF, NEDA, DBM, DOH, the economic managers agreed that at that time, February 7, the pending request that we got was 6.8 billion, and they agreed that that 6.8 billion will be included in our budget proposal for 2026, which we did. We submitted our proposal for 2026, including the 6.8 billion HEA request. So it's now in the 2026 budget proposal. However, after the deadline sa 6.8, we still got a lot of appeals and late submissions. Mabot po siya ng 6.8. Initially, there was an agreement with the Department of Health and DBM that any submission or late appeals after the 6.8 billion, if there are no more additional funds to fund those HEA requests, they will request it from COA for money claims. So out of the 8.1 billion, 6.8 was included in the budget proposal. So the balance from 8.1 against 6.8, which is 1.3 billion, will request it sa COA for money claims. However, in the event that our 6.8 billion request for HEA in our budget proposal for 2026 is not approved, the whole amount of 8.1 billion will be claimed as money claims.
Paki-explain lang po nitong sinasabi ninyong money claims. Anong pinagkaiba nito kung hindi para maintindihan po nilang lahat?
Ang agreement sa DBM at DOH, after the 103 billion, pwede pang tumatanggap ng request at late appeals, but if there are savings or other possible sources of funds, we can include that. That's the reason why we include it in our budget proposal, the 6.8. However, outside the 6.8, money claims na po yun sa COA. So we will request COA for the approval that this amount will be paid, but it will be subject to COA evaluation.
Okay. So ibig niyo sabihin itong 6.8
It is included in our budget proposal
budget proposal
for
for
2026.
2026. You mean to say walang mababayaran sa 2025 sa ngayon? How about your savings na ginawa ninyo noong 2024?
Wala na po kaming savings, Mr.
Walang
Chair.
savings ang DOH.
Wala na po.
Wala kayong savings. Bakit sabi ni Sec Ted na meron kayong isinusoling funds pag hindi nagagamit kung wala kayong savings?
Hindi po nag-lapse appropriations po yun.
So hindi pwedeng gamitin
Hindi
yon.
po yun pwedeng gamitin.
So
These are really new appropriations.
kung nagawa nyo ng paraan noong 2024, through the programs o yung
Ah, Mr. Chair,
sagip.
yung 27 billion, kinuha po natin part yun sa 89 billion taken from PhilHealth. That's the reason why we're
Ade,
able to fund
taken from PhilHealth, but it was pulled
89.9 billion.
directly. No, I mean, it was pulled na. Binalik muna sa National Treasury, doon
Hindi
sila
po.
kumuha.
Hindi po, when they pulled it out, I requested DOF to pay,
To give priority.
to give priority
Yeah,
to
to
health,
give-
to
to
all
give-
the health.
Kasi hindi naman napunta
requirements.
sa health emergency allowances yung binalik ng PhilHealth eh. It was pulled first and then it was distributed. Naging priority po yung HEA dahil nag-ingay po tayo dito sa Senado dahil nakakaya naman na hindi nyo unahing bayaran yung mga health emergency allowances kaysa doon sa mga ibang proyekto sa totoo lang po. So nabigyan ng prioridad. Kung nagawa niyo na po ng prioridad noong 2024, bakit hindi niyo po gawa ng paraan ngayong 2025? Halimbawa, yung sagip, hindi ba pwede? Since you're from DBM before Yusek Bravo.
I cannot answer for the Sagip.
So sa DBM, pwede niyo bang gawa ng paraan yan? Is it possible? Is it legally possible?
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chair.
Po.
We agree naman po with DOH that they included it in their 2026 proposal. For 2025 po kasi, we don't have, unlike po noong 2024, we have a program, actually unprogrammed appropriation specifically for HEA. Ngayon for 2025, we do not have that line item po under the...
Yung sagip na tinatawag nila.
The sagip po can maybe tap for social projects including nga po tong HEA. However po, subject pa rin po ito sa excess income
So, ibig sabihin, kung
Excess
meron nga
revenue.
excess income, possible, legally possible.
possibility.
So,
po.
depende na po sa priority ng
Yes,
DBM.
yes, sir.
So, I'm appealing once again sa DBM. Maybe in the next hearing, kung baka pwede nyo magawa ng paraan ito, kung may excess funds kayo, excess collection, baka naman maawa naman tayo sa mga health workers natin. Kahit na appeals po ito, still services rendered po ito. Next is ito pong sa budget na masama nyo. Can you assure the health workers na masama nyo sa inyong budget proposal for 2026 kung hindi nila masasagip sa sagip program ng DBM? Can you assure the health workers na masasama nyo po sa inyong budget proposal?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In our submission to DBM for 2026, the 6.8 billion HEA is already included in our budget proposal. 6.8.
6.8.
Yes.
So, ito yung isasama ninyo. Kasi nagkaroon kayo ng cut-off.
Yes.
Health workers, ma'am, sir, kontento na kayo sa sagot ng DOH. While wala naman, kami rito is nakikiusap, nagmamakaawa na sana ay mapagbigyan po ng Executive Department ng DBM, ng DOH, itong apilar ninyo. But gaya ng sinabi ko, you have this committee, you have an avenue to speak para sa inyong mga hinaing at hindi po ako titigil para sa inyo.
Mr. Chair, the excess funds or appropriations will be coming from the Bureau of Treasury. They will, the one who will determine.
Treasury. Deputy, nandito na po, Deputy Treasurer. Kumusta po? Nasa gitna na tayo ng ating taon. So, kumusta po inyong collection? Ano yung projected ninyo? Meron bang excess funds sa inyong magiging collection? At posible ho ba maging basihan po ito ng sa GIF program? Kumusta po?
Mr. Chair, if I may. So what we can see is still unofficial, but I think we're looking at yung mga potential non-tax collections gaya ng mga dividendo, and at least from the initial records baka meron naman. No, I cannot speak to the specific amounts kasi hindi pa po finalized, pero meron naman po. And of course, kung saan po magagamit, kung pangtapal po sa deficit or sa program or kung saan mang priority shortfalls ni ng other revenue targets, it will be yung aming economic managers po, sina secretaries of DOF, DBM, NEDA, and of course the economic managers po. Pero to answer the quick answer po, Mr. Chair, is at least mukhang meron naman so far based on
So,
our
there
non-tax
is
revenue.
a possibility.
Yes po.
Salamat. So sa mga health workers, wala kayong tanong? Since
Mr.
nakasalalay po sa executive yung ating inyong appeal, no?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Magandang hapon po, ano. Hearing all of that sa mga nabanggit ni Yusek Bravo. And alam naman po namin during the last hearing pa noong February 12 na hindi nga po napondohan yung HEA for this year. And masama po yung loob pa rin namin, fresh pa, na nabito nga yung dapat allocation po sa amin. And una po sa lahat, Senator, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Tanggapin po ninyo yung pagbati namin sa pagkapanalo nyo sa election nung May 12. And alam po namin na maraming mga healthcare workers ang naging bahagi para may boto ko yun. At maraming natutuwa na nagkaroon po kayo ng panibagong mandato kasi alam po namin na kayo po talaga yung makakatulong sa amin na tumututok lalong-lalo na po dito sa HEA. Marami po kaming mga gustong isulong po sana. As much possible, gusto na po naming mag-move on pa sa HEA. Ano po? Gusto naming magsulong na ng mga batas po na makakatulong po sa kalagayan po naming mga healthcare workers kagaya ng institutionalization of hazard pay, yun pong Magna Carta for private hospital workers, as well as yung new Philippine Nursing Act or any acts that will uplift the conditions of allied health professionals in the country. Pero dahil po dito, kahit namin, mas maingay pa rin po yung issue tungkol sa HEA, ano po. Ngayon po, gaya nga nung sabi ko kanina na fresh pa yung pagkakabito ng allocation po dapat namin yung ngayong 2025. Sana po sa lahat ng mababatas, sana ngayon, lalong-lalo na po ngayon, malapit na yung deliberation ng 2026 budget. Sana naman po sa lahat ng nakikinig na i-prioritize na po yung pagbayad ng health emergency allowance po namin kasi napakatagal na. And sana maramdaman po namin sa mga mambabatas na ang mga healthcare workers, lalo mga workers sa pangkalahatan ay importante at maging ma-feel naman po namin yung importansya namin bilang mga contribution namin sa ating bansa. And sana magamit po yung mandato ng mga babatas at na maging puspusan ng trabaho upang mapabuti ang aming hanay. Napakaikli po ng 3 taon para mapatunayan na karapat-dapat po ang bawat botong nakamit. Nakabantay po kami lalo na ngayon, malapit na po ang deliberasyon ng budget para sa 2026. Hindi po namin nakakalimutan na nabito po ang pondo para sa amin pero napondohan yung 132 billion na ayuda programs. Kikilalanin po namin ang mga mabatas na harang sa pondo na dapat para sa HEA. Mas magiging aktibo po ang aming grupo, lalong-lalo na ngayon at nabigyan po ng isang upuan sa Kongreso ang Kamanggagawa Party List which we are affiliated po. Harinaway maging katuwang po ninyo ang Kamanggagawa para maipasa ang mga batas na ninanais namin para sa aming hanay. Lalo na ngayon na patuloy ang panggigipit sa mga healthcare workers, lalo na sa mga natatatag po namin ng mga union sa mga private hospitals. And kahit nagpasya na po yung majority ng mga private hospital na mga workers sa mga private hospitals na yon, ay patuloy po silang ginigipit ng mga hospital owners. And lalo mabanggit ko na lang din po yung mga outsourced personnel na nagtatrabaho sa isang hospital na 20 years na pong nagtatrabaho doon doing the same job. Pero wala po talagang katarungan na makukuha mga outsourced personnel na yon. Biruin nyo, 20 years na ninilbihan pero hindi po nila nakakamit yung full benefits ng isang regular na empleyado. Ayun. Para po sa DOH at DBM, ipaglaban naman po ninyo kami. Muli po, nananatili ang banta sa kalusugan ng lahat ng Pilipino. Kami pa din ay magiging kakampi ninyo oras na maulit ang bungungot na dala ng COVID. Ibigay po ninyo yung aming HEA, hindi po sapat ang awa at papuri. Agarang solusyon po ang aming hangad. Kami po ng mga healthcare workers ay lumalaban ng patas sa buhay. Konting hayahay lamang po ang bigay ng HEA. We hope and believe that the emergence of Cardinal Robert Prevost as Pope Leo will bode well for the workers. Being the 14th of his name and namesake of the one who published the encyclical Rerum Novarum in 1891, it comes with utmost anticipation and prayer that this may signify the total fulfillment of the encyclical that will in turn give a deeper appreciation to the contributions of workers in the society. We will appeal to everyone, to the compassion of everyone, to please make it happen. Maraming salamat po.
Asahan nyo po, kasama ng kasamahan nyo sa Kongreso, na isusulong ko po ang kapakanan ng ating mga health workers, lalong-lalo na po yung mga maliliit nating mga health workers. Asahan nyo po, you have this committee, yung opisina ko po, to listen to your suggestions, mga hinaing ninyo. Kaisa nyo po ako dyan, lalong-lalo na po sa mga maliliit na manggagawa. At asahan po natin yung pinangako ni Yusek Bravo, including Sec Ted Herbosa, Sec Ted, yung sa nabanggit kanina na isama nyo po sa inyong budget proposal yung 6.8 billion along with DBM sa treasury. So ulitin ko lang, ang priority natin, kung meron kayong excess funds, baka magawa nyo ng paraan legally, unahin nyo na po 2025 kung kaya, but siguraduhin nyo lang po Yusek Bravo, Sec Ted Herbosa, na masama nyo po sa inyong budget proposal. Nasabi nyo na po kanina. Tama, Sec Ted, kasama po ito 6.8 billion sa inyong
Yes,
budget proposal,
Yes,
itong HEA for 2026.
Yes.
At pupunta po ako kay Senator Raffy Tulfo. Meron po siyang concern about overtime ng mga nurses, no? Masasagot rin po ng ating DOH yan sa ngayon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Yung sa overtime pay, ang issue ko muna dito, Secretary Herbosa, kasi nagreklamo sa akin yung mga nurses, particular na sa mga public hospitals, yung kanilang OT sa halip na bayaran sila ng cash, kino-convert na lang daw sa paid day off. Tama ho ba yun?
that is correct.
Yeah, pero ang gusto kasi ng mga nurses, dapat may convert yun sa cash. Kasi nga po, sa Magna Carta of Public Health Workers, sa Section 16, sinasabi dito, overtime work where the exigence of the service so requires any public health worker may be required to render service beyond the normal 8 hours a day. Such worker shall be paid an additional compensation in accordance with existing laws and prevailing practices.
Siguro I can explain, no? Hospital workers work in shifts. 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts. So, ang doctors walang overtime because they work 24-hour shifts. Ang nurses, 8-hour shifts po yan. And the 8-hour shifts, what happens is, if they have to do a double shift, what is done is, that shift is paid as an extra day off. And this is what is recommended by the Department of Budget and Management because
Sorry,
hindi
sir.
siya
Sir,
extra
sir, excuse me.
overtime.
Kanina pa ako pasyente, nag-antay dito na matagal. Let me speak naman. Pasingit ako, mamaya may session na kami. Ang sinasabi ng mga nurses, they work more than 8 hours. Some of them nagwo-work hanggang 10, 11 hours. I talk to them.
I have to know kasi ang workload ng nurses is 8-hour shifts.
I know,
And then-
I know, pero ang sabi nga ng mga nurses, kausap ko, lumalang pa sila ng 8-hour shift sa isang shift.
Then
Lumalang
it's
pa sila ng
another
8 hours.
shift.
No.
If they cross to another shift, that means they have covered the shift of someone who was absent.
That's
So
the
that
reason.
is the shift. That is an extra shift.
Mr. Secretary, that's the reason they said overtime pay na dapat kami. Tumawag sa akin yung mga nurses, nagreklamo sila. Because ang gusto nila, yung OT nila mabayaran ng cash, hindi pwede ma-convert sa paid day off. And nandiyan yung Section 16 eh. Oh, tingnan mo, Section 16, basahin mo.
Government po, we depend on what the DBM will allot the government hospitals the budget.
That's the reason why nandito yung DBM. Mag-usap kayo ng DBM, tingnan nyo, pag-aral nyo. Kasi merong circular ng CSC at DBM, dito sumingit yung sinasabing compensation time off. But ang gusto ng maraming nurses, bayaran sila sa overtime versus i-convert na lang sa day off. Paid day off. Pagbigyan natin yung request ng mga nurses, mga frontliners sila, di ba? Panambagit natin, important sila, mga frontliners sila. O, ba't di natin sila pakinggan?
Yes,
Di
Senator.
mag-usap kayo ng DBM, kayo sa DOH, sa CSC, para yung kahilingan ng mga nurses ng kanilang overtime ay babayaran. That's the reason bakit marami mga nurses pupunta na sa abroad dahil maliit na ang sweldo, pati OT nila hindi binabayaran. So what does these nurses do? They go to abroad. They go to US, Canada, Dubai. Now, do something about that, sir. Kausapin mo si CSC, kausapin mo yung DBM.
Yes,
It's
Senator.
easy for you to say because hindi naman ikaw nag-overtime eh.
Yes, Senator.
Thank you. Now, second, last but not the least, Senator Bongo, meron lang po kong slides pakita. Sa San Lazaro Hospital, actually, ang purpose ng visit ko is para sa mga nurses. And then, while I was already there, so nakita ko to, hindi ko pwedeng palampasin. Yung construction na yan, ang tagal-tagal na ano nangyari. And we're talking about by the hundreds of millions. Nakatiwangwang dyan, hindi matapos-tapos.
Sir,
Andito po yung ating medical center chief ng San Lazaro. Hindi ko po alam ang detalya ng
yes, sir.
pagka-attend.
Sir, if I may po, sir, this is a two-phase infrastructure project po, sir. The first phase was design and build. And because of COVID po, sir, it extended until 2022. It was first awarded in 2018 po, sir.
2018, it was awarded.
Yes, po,
Kailan
sir.
ba
Correct,
nakumpisa
sir.
yung COVID?
Sir, around 2019, 2022 po, sir.
Okay, 2022. In the middle of 2022 hanggang 2025, bakit niyo tinuluyan? You told me the last time I talked to you ay
Yes, po,
dahil
sir.
pumalpak yung contractor dahil hindi maganda yung foundation. In the first place, bakit nakalusot yung contractor?
Ah.
Bakit sa Bids and Awards Committee, doon pa lamang dapat na-screen nyo na yung contractor?
Yes po, sir. There is a misnomer with the foundation po, sir, because this is a design and build. It is a combined footing foundation design po, sir, ang ginawa.
So how do you fix it now?
Sir, I asked for a third party now with the DOH to mediate between the two contractors. The first contractor who did the first phase 1 and the second contractor who won the phase 2 po, sir.
Okay, so kailan matatapos yan? So ibig sabihin, mali yung foundation. So ibig sabihin, hukayin ulit yan. Maglalagay ka ng bagong foundation.
Sir, I made a wrong statement. It was only an allegation by the second contractor that the foundation is wrong. But this is a design and build contract, sir. So the design and build, it was approved on the first.
Wait a
po,
minute.
sir.
So allegation na naman ng second contractor
Yes,
na
sir.
mayroong problema sa foundation.
Yes, sir. Correct po, sir.
So kung mayroong problema sa foundation, bakit di matuloy-tuloy yung construction?
Sir,
Because that's yun yung binigay na reason sa inyo ng
Yes,
contractor
sir.
2.
Correct
Kaya nga
po,
nyo
sir.
kinancel yung kontrata ng contractor 1.
Sir, the contractor 1 is almost complete also po, sir. So I'm trying to bring contractor 1 and contractor 2 together,
97%
sir.
finish? No, it's not that, sir. Pakita mo ang construction. Pakita nga natin. Paano naging 97% yan? Paano naging 97% yan?
No, sir. The phase 1, sir, is almost complete, sir. It's the phase 2.
No,
that
let's
is
talk
the
about
problem.
this one.
Sir, the phase 2 is worth 126 million. That is already the second contractor po, sir.
O kaya nga, it started 2018, right?
Yes, sir. The second phase, sir, was
Okay.
awarded last
I'm talking about the
2022. Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
So bakit hindi pa matapos-tapos?
Sir, I need to bring both contractors together po, sir, to agree on the foundation, sir. That is the reason why, sir, I'm also asking a third party, the DOH, to mediate between the two contractors po, sir.
Pero alam mo naman na importante yung foundation.
Yes
Dr.
po, sir.
Sutlico. So hindi nyo basta-basta nang iguguhin. Sabi mo, ay, nagkamali yung second contractor. Okay pala yung foundation. No, you should get an expert
Yes, sir.
engineer
Correct, sir.
na para talaga i-determine, third-party engineer, kung talagang totoo yung sinasabi ni second contractor na hindi tama yung foundation, and then all of a sudden, babawiin niya na, ay, tama palang foundation, nagdidili-dali siya.
Yes, sir. Correct po, sir.
And then also, please naman, tapusin na yan.
Yes, sir.
Nakatiwang mo yan, binulong sa akin ng mga tao nandun, habang nandun ako, kinakausap ko yung mga empleyado, sabi, sir, puntahan niyo yung may corruption dun sa building na pinapatayo. Dalawa yan eh. Yun
Yes,
lang
sir.
yung
Correct,
sa
sir.
akin, sir, para makarating kay sa butihing sekretary ninyong si Secretary Herbosa na umayos-ayos naman kayo. Alagaan yung pera ng bayan. Okay?
Yes
Thank you,
po,
Mr.
sir.
Chair.
Thank you po, sir.
Salamat. Anyway, due to lack of